Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Realest podcast.
TRPE Nation was good, man. We outside today. We on location. We at the all new River Suites down here in Fishtown. I got some very famous friends with me right now, man. I got a Philly legend. I got a New York legend. Yes. People that care about penmanship, about lyrics, about creative presentation and all that, man. I got Smoke Dza, I got Beanie Sigel in the building with me right now.
Absolutely. What's up?
You already know, man. Beans, you've been on our hit list for a minute, man. I done hit 9 different managers. I done hit Bunkin. I done hit everybody looking for you. So hopefully, you know, we get you to come back, do a long form interview, man. Tell your story. But I know we got you for a couple minutes today, man. What's the occasion for why y'all brothers is here today and joining us on the platform?
Well, me and Smoke Dza is real close with our brother Marvin Bain. He started an organization that we proud to be a part of, Mobilize Justice. And I'm very proud to be a part of it because I believe that this is real.
Right.
You know, we have all these different organizations and people that know how to fill out paperwork to get government funding for things, and it's just a lick. I know what's going on, but this is real. So I'm going to always be a part of something that's real, not, just because, for the cause.
Right.
And we for the cause, man. We out here just knocking on doors. We combed the whole city today from, well, we missed Uptown, but we was...
Shout out to Uptown, man. We missed y'all today.
North Philly. We made it close, though. So if you consider Nice Town, you know what I mean? That's right there, close to, Uptown. But we've been in South Philly, Southwest, West Philly, North Philly today. Nice Town. Just knocking on doors and talking to the people, the elderly people, and just, educating people,
right, and
asking questions to the elderly.
Right.
My main question that I asked today from the elderly people, our elders, do you feel safe in your community?
Yeah.
And what do you think that we can do as men, real men, because we know the difference.
Male and men.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between a male and a man, and our society is, us as black men are being attacked, and our identities is put in a box where we don't count.
Right.
And it's nothing new. This been a plan that's been going on for years.
Yeah.
Decades. So to speak, even with the welfare situation.
Absolutely.
In plain sight, don't worry about it. We'll take care of you, but he's not allowed to come in the house.
Yeah.
And we're going to put him on a hook for all the money that we're going to give to you for your children. So we know those things.
Yeah, and we're taking 33% of it off the top.
Off the top. We understand that. And to the youth, to get back to we understand the youth. A lot of our elders, they afraid to come outside because of they scared of the youth,
right?
Because of what they in. But to me, I understand because I once was that youth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Frustrated. Like I told somebody 2 days ago, like, man, I didn't know I was depressed until I came out of my depression.
Talk about it.
And he asked me before, like, what do depression, I don't know what depression feels like.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. And then I had to come back to him like, bro, I didn't know I was depressed.
That's how a lot of it works. Not until you've done the trials and tribulations that you realize.
I got out of my depression. And he was like, well, what did it feel like? And I still couldn't explain it to him.
Right.
And the best way I could explain it to him was wasted time.
Right.
Waste of time. My
Yeah.
grandmother used to tell me, she used to say that she always see me wandering in my thoughts. And she told me, stop trying to figure everything out. And I understand that.
Start living
until
life
now.
and stop trying to figure it all out.
Because everything ain't for us to figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know why they doing that and don't want to know why. I just know that I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's what depression had you doing. Just thinking over and over, like, how did I get in this situation and why did I get in this situation?
Yeah.
Depression won't have you thinking, how do I get out of it?
Right.
How do I move forward?
Yeah,
It'll keep you stagnant.
And it's easy to just fall deeper into it.
Yeah, deeper into it. So that's why I told him, like, to me, it was just waste of time.
Yeah.
And so to the youth that's out there, a lot of them are suffering that, and they don't know how to release. Because depression, what comes with that is anger.
Right.
Whether it's self-anger towards yourself or other people.
Right.
And they feel lost. Because they the babies of the fathers that was put out the household for some reason, form or another.
Yeah.
You know, we know it's election time. We know there's a lot of PAC money going out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We know that this is a big lick for a lot of people.
Yes,
but
indeed.
this ain't that.
Yeah.
This ain't that. And, you know, we just want to educate the youth, give them what we didn't get.
Yeah.
Somebody to sit down and understand, because I didn't care about voting. Because when you think of voting, we think of presidency. This one or that one. And
Yeah.
which one is going to be our savior?
Right.
Man,
Neither one of them gonna be your savior.
Listen,
Neither one of them gonna be your savior.
that's like me waiting for that 55 million from Kanye. Reparation. Like, reparation is going out and doing for self.
Yes, indeed.
Doing for self, and just to educate the kid. Your voice count.
Yeah.
Like, forget about these two, you know, the presidency spot. It's people that you can vote in or out of office that can determine how long you want to sit in jail, what you want to go to jail for, how long you want to be on probation. Is the food that's getting served in your school is the correct food?
Is it antibiotic free or antibiotic sometimes?
Yeah,
Like
sometimes.
like stuff like that.
It's people picking up the trash on time. You know what I mean? And things like that. So it's the down ballot vote for me that we need to educate the youth about until they can get to that point.
Absolutely.
And just letting them know your voice do count.
Yeah.
It ain't about just voting somebody in office. You can vote people out of office.
Yeah, and Mac, a lot of them, you know, those down ballot elections that you're speaking about, they come down to a couple hundred votes.
Yeah,
Sometimes
literally.
they come down to 40, 50 votes.
We've had council members on the show told us that they won by 2 votes in certain districts.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit is real.
So that's what we out here doing.
What was the reaction from the people with y'all being out in the community today, door knocking, you know, talking to people, talking about, the mobilized justice movement, upcoming election, all this different stuff? What was some of the feedback y'all got from the people outside today?
I mean, we on a podcast. I could call a young brother because I gave him my number.
Yeah.
Like, and he texted me and was like, "Thank you for the speech." And I had to learn that wasn't no speech.
Wasn't no speech. That's real spill. Ain't no speech.
No, that was me talking with you.
Yeah.
Not at you like most of us do. A lot of us that's in positions, they talk at the youth.
Oh, yeah.
They don't talk to them or with them. So I had to talk with him, and he explained to me why he not registered to vote. And I asked him why he think his voice didn't count. I mean, what is it going to do for me?
Right.
So after our conversation, I helped him fill out his form, and he's going to the poll. Young brother from the hood, sickle cell, already, and just from his health conditions, he's confined in the space where he think like he's not at 100%. himself
Right.
in life, just health-wise.
Yeah.
So who's going to be 100% for him? Me.
Right. That's real.
And we sat on the porch and I looked. I said, okay, they're half a block away. And I looked at him and I guess okay, because I'm about to do it too. Yeah, and they came down.
Yeah.
The tears came out because he knew it was sincere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that you know, that personal touch and having elder men from the community, men of status, men that own businesses, men that's, you know, politicians that's influential in some way, form, or fashion, grabbing some of these young boys by the hand and saying, let me rap with you, let me talk to you, is that what's missing from starting to course correct some of this like extreme violence and stuff that we're seeing in the streets right now?
What I said in one of my songs, Feel It in the Air, I go through it so you wouldn't do it after me. Because I believe, like, right now, like you said, entrepreneur, I started a food truck.
Yes, indeed.
I started a food
Cop
truck.
and roll.
Yeah,
That shit
we
fire.
ain't beefing. We beefing.
I did that for several reasons.
Yeah.
I did that for several reasons. I did it so because I know that I got a platform, I got a voice, so what can I do? By action.
Yeah.
Not just lip service,
Yeah.
showing people. It's easy for me to go on the booth. They got AI now. You know what I mean? I can go on the booth. My pen's still there.
Pen
My
nasty,
voice
too.
might be different,
Yeah.
but it's still there. I can still go in that space. But do I want to be that 55-year-old rapper, you know, relying on the show?
Right.
It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yes, indeed.
And, you know, there's a Terry, we went Cali, he caught the hand before a truck was even thought of.
That's a
You know what I mean?
fact.
Feed the whole house.
I couldn't believe it.
You know what I mean? So I did that to show people that few reasons. It's never over. And if I can do it, you can do it. I don't care what nobody think about me, but my household. That's my audience.
Yeah.
So it's to help the youth learn and recognize and change your audience to the audience that count. And that's who you directly...
Pull up a chair. We got another legend in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, listen,
It's
man.
never
It's a pleasant surprise. It ain't an interruption.
Yeah.
Michael Render, I'm gonna slide you this mic. Okay. Here you go. We got to make sure people can hear you.
What's up? What's up?
Killer Kill from Adamsville.
That's me.
We sitting here talking with Mac, talking with Smoke, you know, about this Mobilize Justice, you know, campaign, about being out in the community today, touching the people, and you know, some of the residual impact and what we can do as influencers, as entrepreneurs, as rap superstars, all y'all superstars in this room right now, to, you know, kind of course correct some of the things that's going on in the streets right now with you know, with our young men, and some of our young women is starting to get involved in it, in terms of, like, you know, course correcting some of the, you know, the violence and the depression and the economic disparity and all of that. Why is a movement like this important for you to get involved in?
I mean, it's what we've been doing. You know, I'm trying, as a people, we always been resisting. You know, in terms of not even outside forces, just our internal forces to be self-destructive. Whether it was alcohol, you know, whether it was heroin in the 60s and 70s, whether it was crack. You know, we've always fought against. You know, I heard Asad Shakur say, you know, the strong go crazy, the weak just kind of go along. You know, so I think that in terms of course correction, I think it's admirable because it's coming directly out of our people. It's not something that's from the outside saying this is what y'all need to do.
Absolutely.
We've lived through it. We've made some mistakes. Like, if you listen to my music, you can tell you listen to somebody who regrets being a teenage drug dealer. Not that it wasn't exciting, not it wasn't fun. Yeah. Not that I didn't have adventure. It's just that, man, when you get to be 30, you start to realize, like, oh shit, that was my old football coach. You know,
right.
That was a dude. Pop standing in front of the store used to be a man of respect. So you get to see, like, I rapped about it, but I apologized to a dude. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I didn't realize the money you was paying me was supposed to go to your kids. And he said, man, you didn't know no better. You was a child yourself. He absolved me of that guilt, but I had carried the guilt because I realized, like, he was spending good money with me, but when I seen his wife and kids, I was like, oh shit,
that's money that's going out the household that's enriching me.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a kid, I'm getting enriched for Jordans and want to buy 78 Cutlass. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have any grand plans, you know what I mean? Yeah. But him showing, you know, him just saying that to me helped me understand you was a child. You didn't understand what you was doing. Helped me. Now I have a lot more empathy when I deal with young people. I don't want to see young people locked in jail. I want to see them, you know, overly punished. I want to see them course corrected, like y'all talking. I want to see older people who from. I don't want to hear nobody who ain't never been no junkie tell me not to do drugs. Right. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You don't know how good this shit feels. You know what I mean? But getting it from someone who's, you know what I mean, who's been through it, I'm gonna listen number 10. I want our young men and women to know that, you know, to remain optimistic and anything is possible. And you may be going through hell now. Before I came here, I saved something. There was a Russian writer who his father was a serf, meaning essentially just the bottom of the barrel to cast his mother. He was beaten every day. His father left. And at some point, he just understood that these people had been conditioned to be like this, and it absolved him of all the anger and pain he had, enabled him to go on forward. I thought about Tyler Perry's documentary. I watched Tyler Perry's documentary. And
amazing documentary.
Yeah, amazing doc. You know what I'm saying? My voice is in it, but I watched it just because I'm constantly intrigued by how people make it out of severe circumstance. But man, you know, to be beaten like he was, to be treated like he was, and to still remain optimistic and hopeful, and take care of the man, his father, who did it, you know, shows to me a level of supreme understanding. I'm inspiring to it. You know what I mean? So I just think young people out there, man, listen to the people who made the mistakes before you. And to us older cats, man, it's time we start kind of giving the game that we didn't get, like, you know, learning trades for our young men. If y'all don't want to go to college school, but they don't always have to pay a carpenter to lay this floor, an electrician to light this room.
Yes, indeed.
And they're going to pay them well. I don't argue with my plumber. I don't argue with my lawyer because I don't like cleaning up my own shit. Right. You know what I mean? Just straight the fuck up. You know what I mean? Any invoice they send through, that bitch get paid that day. Right. My plumber, my lawyer tell you, they don't never have to wait on that.
Due on receipt.
So, you know, I think it's a valiant thing to do because I think it's coming right from the people that aided in the destruction, that mean black men of the 90s and 80s who was, you know, but I think that we speak their language. I think that as long as we come with love and care and concern, I think if we come condemning them and being condescending, I don't think it works. It works the same way when C. Dolores Tucker was trying to talk to us, like we didn't want to try.
Yeah, when they were steamrolling CDs and all that.
Exactly. But if we say it with love and empathy and concern, and that don't mean you ain't tough, that don't mean you're not firm. But I think they have to understand that I'm doing this because I love it.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. What's your outlook on, you know, it's election season? Like Max said, a lot of packs going out, a lot of licks being hit. You know, how do we, you know, determine who's genuine, who's for us, who's, you know, trying to help, you know, further the black agenda and, you know, provide economic opportunity for, you know, for our people coming out of this election cycle?
Well, I think you stop being enamored by the national soap opera that's who's winning your presidency. I think you start to say locally.
Max said the same thing.
Locally, who are the people that's going to take care of the people in Philadelphia? You know? And I would try to get to know those people locally. You know, I didn't have no choice. My grandmother had me at her hymn tales from 5 years old. I worked my first election right there, and we didn't even live in the projects. We right there in the projects, knocking on doors, telling people come out. Well, that section of Atlanta, which was all black, helped Andrew Young, who later became our mayor, become the first black congressman from there. You know, helped become a U.S. ambassador, has elected every black mayor since then. Atlanta's not a perfect place, but it remains a place of opportunity, especially for black people. Yeah. Because on the ground, people are always kind of interacting with politicians, interacting with local organizers. So I would say if you're famous, you're probably not going to be an organizer because you're running around being famous. So find out who's organizing in your old community. If you're in Chicago, you want to see violence reduction, Fred Hampton Jr., you should be talking to. Amina Matthews, who's the daughter of Jeff Fort, is someone you should be talking to. And you should be saying, how can I help you? Not, I think this is what'll help. Right. You know, my mentor taught me, if you organizing for people, you're doing it wrong. If you're organizing with people, you're doing it right. So I would say to local artists, you know what I mean? And I don't mean local like, you know, just if you from there, find out who's doing the work there. Right. T.I. and I bought a 50-year-old restaurant called Bankhead Seafood, and we took it from a dive, you know, in and out spot to an actual restaurant you sit down. But right next door is an organization called Paw Kids, and the woman LaTanya who runs it, she makes sure the kids have clean clothes. She makes sure the kids have a place that's quiet to do homework. When me and Tip found that out, even though we was going through bullshit with gentrifiers who were coming into the neighborhood, we made it our goal to make sure we help her in every way. Since we've been down with her, man, we've helped distribute food, helped distribute medical supplies, helped distribute just sanitary to people all around the neighborhood. And before the restaurant is even open, people see us now as what we are, part of the community.
Right.
Now, we grew up in this community.
Yeah.
So the folk who bought shit there didn't want us in the community to understand. They never left.
Yeah.
Nigga, like, which ones you want? You want the niggas who's stealing cars and shooting people? Or you want the niggas that's open the restaurant and helping kids? You know what I'm saying? So, but I would say just on a very local level, find out who's doing the work and be of help to them.
Yeah. You know, 2025 is on the horizon, man. All of y'all got various things that y'all are all involved in, you know, business-wise, entrepreneurial. You know, what's your outlook for, you know, 2025, you know, on the horizon as far as like, you know, economic opportunity, you know, just in general of are you hopeful for, you know, what 2025 is going to bring?
I am, yeah, I am. You know, I say Beans got the food truck. I had the food truck. I want to see. You know what I mean? I got to see that thing growing 100 trucks, 100 stores. You know what I mean? I want to.
And that's the move. Like that's what I was explaining to you. Like I did the food truck because for certain different levels.
Yeah.
You know, of course we want to make money and things like that, but for the people that's outside looking in, a rapper that was directly connected to 3 billionaires.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Kanye West, Rihanna, like directly connected to them. And because that connection, it's never over.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put yourself in a box. So one of the reasons why I did that, to show people that, like, if what you're doing is legal and you can take care of your family from that, don't worry about the guy that's riding behind the Bentley and you know, your local drug dealer.
Right.
Like, cause I was there and I believe they're closer to the problem, closer to the solution.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I'm showing them by example that you're never too big or too small to make change.
Yeah.
Honest change. Now, if I can get out there and get on the food truck and I'm Beanie Sigel, all these acronyms they give me, the Ball Street Bull and all that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mac Mittens.
It's never over.
I tell you, one of the fastest growing businesses in Atlanta right now is a guy named Derek. Man, he owns Big Dave's Cheesesteak.
Dave's.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
From
gonna tell you
Philly,
something, man. If he's from Philadelphia, he's married to a woman named Pinky who
Slutty vegan.
Yep, slutty vegan. And there's no shame in doing the things that you used to think you were ashamed of. Working, I was with a billionaire 3 days ago. And I said, so, you know, he said, usually there's no money in restaurants. And I was like, so why do people still do it? He said, people have these aspirational dreams, and most restaurants run out of business for lack of operational capital. They don't have money to pay people.
I think a lot of people is just like, yo, come to my restaurant.
Yeah,
it's like that sort of thing.
But I asked him, I said, so what restaurants make money? He said, cheap food. Street food makes money. He said, your next wave of billionaires, 100 millionaires are going to come out of food trucks, going to come out of dive places because they provide essentially comfort food, good food. And black folks got to get back into the service business. People like being serviced. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm hungry, hell yeah, I go to Beans truck. I get to get great food and I get to take a picture with Beans. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the greatest market ever. That's what they pay us to do anyway. Like McDonald's ain't go get Travis Scott because he's not gonna sell no Big Macs. They know that man, he can help us. So
they took the signs off the wall in McDonald's.
Yeah, look at what Bun B is doing with Trill Burger.
Oh,
you know
amazing.
What I mean? So for me, man, I'm just saying I would like to see us, man, that extra house you bought and you ain't doing nothing with it, turn it into a bed and breakfast. Like, but there's ways to do it. The same hustle that you used back in the day, the same hustle you used in music or aspire toward, you can pivot that into something. Still do what you're doing. You know what I mean? I still want my Broad Street Bully mixtape. You know what I mean? But knowing that I can support Beans another way means something to me. Knowing with Smoke, like I can support him in other ways means something to me. So just know that the same people that will, you know, when people say, oh man, he only sell 10,000 records this time. Yeah, but if you sell 10,000 things at $100 a piece, it's $1 million.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? So, you know, so start to, I would just say, man, expand now. Don't even wait. Just try to say, and everybody don't want to do you can't, if somebody else already selling hoodies, you got a better hoodie than you sell it. But if you ain't no hoodie guy, you a sock guy, sell socks.
Yeah.
You know, but get in the business. I think ultimately that's what the culture of Rockefeller taught us. With you guys as a culture, what you guys taught us was that you can pivot whatever rap fame you have into tangible things. You taught us as a culture. I've never seen you and Free publicly look away every time I see y'all together as a method of solidarity. So when I heard the story, y'all had just met each other before y'all went in offices. I was like, man, these men understand teamwork. These men understand lifting one another up. And you know, I've always looked at the underground for examples. Like Smoke is man, embraced me since I was just, you know, think about it. I'm just a Southern cat coming up. Cool Northern cat, but has never made us feel excluded. They're always welcoming in. And artistically, he's always said, push your boundaries. And that's what we got to do as black men. We got to get back to pushing each other, supporting one another. But I think all things are possible, man. I think the only thing that's impossible is what you think is impossible. And it's possible once you stop thinking impossible. You know?
Man, that I have you here, I have to ask you, 4-time Grammy Award winner, man. We got to give it up for that.
Man, thank you.
That's amazing. We got to give it up for that.
Long overdue.
Long overdue. After 20 plus years in the game, getting that recognition on the biggest music stage that there is, how does it feel?
I mean, it feels great. Like, it feels great for me because in the 50th year of hip hop, I know I made the best hip hop album. Like I'm not, I am not the biggest pop star in hip hop. I am not the most heralded hip hop on any given day. But in the 50th year of hip hop, the album Michael, if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, or early 2000s, a black male in America or a working class man in America, and that album didn't resonate with you, then you capping about your past.
Right.
You know what I mean? That record acknowledged every security and insecurity. It acknowledged every high, every low, every peak, every valley. You were hero and villain at the same time, and we all have been. So, you know, for me, I'm damn proud of the work. I'm proud of the epilogue that I put out a few weeks ago called Michael and the Mighty Midnight Revival, Songs for Sinners and Saints. And all I wanted to be was a rapper. So I want people to know I was living my dream already. My house was already paid off. Right. I already had all the cool cars and shit I wanted. I've already achieved, but being a chance to be on that stage as a nigga.
A nigga from Atlanta.
A rap nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't have to clean up, nothing. Man, it just made me. And having my crew up there, my team, DJ Paul, it was his first Grammy. My wife ran up there with me. All that meant the world to me because, you know, it was just everybody I had under the roof with me that day meant something because they had contributed, believed in me when I ain't even believe in myself some days. Like, it meant the world because I want the regular dude who look up the Face and Beans, who still, I want them to know that we still belong here. Yeah. In an era where the people who are interviewing us don't look like us, they don't know our music, they don't know the stories behind the music. They're condescending in their reviews and criticisms.
And they aggregating our content and monetizing.
Yeah, in a world of they don't know shit, it was good to see us. Because I didn't look at that as a win for me. That was a win for Atlanta. That was to me, that accredited Outkast and Goody Mob in the way that they deserved to 25 years ago. That was a win for me. Yeah,
that was a win for the culture.
Win for the culture, exactly.
Yeah. So that's what meant something to me, that it wasn't just mine.
Yeah.
It belongs to everybody in here.
Mike, Man,
how many times you hear you look like Mike Vick? This nigga. Because I'm sitting this bitch like, this nigga got to be Mike Vick, big brother,
when he first came in, I thought it was Mike Vick.
Yeah. So in here already?
No, nigga, plenty of hoes. Your wife don't never let you out the house.
I didn't understand the Mike Vick thing till I started going around white folks.
Yeah.
Down like Redden Terminal. I walked in one day and they were freaking out. And the dude was like, yo, you related to Mike Vick? I'm like, no. He's like, oh man, we were gonna give you a bunch of rap. I'm like, well, yeah, no, that's my cousin.
That's my guy.
They started giving me sandwiches and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's my cousin. Like, but no, I get that shit a lot. We big documentary guys. We always talk about docuseries on the show. After Trigger Warning got that critical acclaim, the response it got, we did a whole breakdown about it. We loved it.
Thank you.
Why not another season to it?
Oh man, white folks wanted to give me the black folks money. I was shooting 16, 18-hour days. Man, I dehydrated. I was burnt.
Yeah, you were riding a bike all over Atlanta.
Oh man, I nigga was burnt, man. I was burnt. But I love doing the show, and we're going to do something in the future. That's either that or resembles that. But I just couldn't do it for the. I couldn't do it for the the peanuts no more.
Yeah, I just had to ask because I thought that show was phenomenal.
Thank you, man. It means the world, and it's just social experiments. It's just the what if. You know what I mean? It really is just the what if. Yeah. And I think black people got to give themselves permission to do that sometimes. To say, I don't know. I'm gonna try this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I slept on a fucking park bench for real.
You was out there trying to figure it out. You're like, man, all right, well, this ain't black owned. I thought this was black owned.
The coldest part was with me, LP, my rap partner, white LP, right? So me and LP, what's the name? I was just like, man, finally I found a black owned business, a barbecue joint. Man, I'm like, man, and L is like, yo, is the meat from a black farm or something? He asked, but it just got, oh man, God ever wanted to kill him. It was that fucking day, man. Like, hell, man.
Like, is it black distributed?
Yeah, oh man, it was, but it just showed me that there's a world of opportunity out there for us. Like, so there's a Black Farmers Collective in West Georgia now. So my wife is like, well, we can order meat for the winter. We just gonna buy half a cow. We just gonna buy it from them. You know what I mean? So it opened up opportunity. But boy, because I didn't know about them till after. Right. We could have brought our own meat to barbecue. Boy, I think that a lot of it is just knowledge of. So black folks, man, get into every business because I want to support it.
Yeah. You went viral like a week ago, Mike. You said that I've never been out-rapped.
Yeah, not on the track with, not like.
And we're in a room with two other gentlemen that arguably could say the same thing.
But let's talk about, we talking about Drake.
Yeah,
3,000. Yeah, like I'm not gonna get on any track expecting to be our rap.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, my man is one of the best rappers in the world. He's often heralded as one of the GOATs or the GOAT. The asterisk by his name is that he does not have a solo piece of work. Right. So I don't separate my outcasts. If you're talking about Outkast being the best, then I can do that. But I don't split hairs between Big and Drake, because you can't listen to the first two albums. Can't tell me Big one whooping ass every track.
Man,
like, you know, I couldn't do all that tongue twisting and shit he was doing. You know what I mean? But I ain't never took no Elder Dre on no track. That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm still talking about. I stand on that shit.
How do you and I'm gonna ask Beans and Smoke too. For the extended amount of time that y'all been in the game, how do you maintain that standard of excellence as far as penmanship and intentionality with your bars and all of that, to be able to go on a huge platform like Complex and say something like that and people like, nigga ain't lying. Yeah, nigga ain't lying.
I mean, for me, man, it's what you digest. Like, I listen to Scarface, I listen to Beans, I listen to Smoke. You know, I listen to G-Rap, I listen to Outkast, Goody. You know what I mean? Listen to Cube. So for me, what you put in, what you're gonna put out, like you can think you dope as fuck and go back and listen to a record from 25 years ago and realize, yeah, my style looking out a little slack. I got a little comfortable with the swag shit. Let me beef it up. So for me, it's just what you ingest. And two of the brothers I listen to keep me sharp right across the table for me.
Right, absolutely.
You can't be fucking. You on the track with this nigga trying to out-school him. You on track with this nigga trying to out-haul him. Like, nah, you got the dig. And I think that's really what it is for me. I just want to get better. I want to be like Scarface, man. That nigga ain't never dropped a whack album, ever.
Never, ever.
Ever. He's never dropped a whack album.
That's my guy.
Yeah, Brad Joy.
We still waiting on the Mac and Brad album.
Man, come on, man. I just give me 16 on that.
2025, can we get like a 5-song EP, Mac and Brad? Can we like?
We got to see Brad in that moment.
Yeah. Oh, he recovered from open heart surgery. I seen him out with Shantae and Nas, and God bless, man. May God keep you here a long time, bro.
Yeah, Smoke, man, you gotta say something, man. I think.
Nah, I've been watching my OGs just chat. I'm just in bliss right now. You know what I mean? But
I say you gotta say something because I don't think.
His orders and shit.
I'm the gatekeeper of the water. Want to make sure they that party water.
Make sure ain't no GHB in there. Because I don't think that the average mainstream rap fan understands how important you are to the last 15 years of rap music. I don't think they understand that from a curation standpoint, that what you have done in music predates even what Westside Gunn and Griselda are doing, as far as making the merch match the album cover and having the weed strain and like all of these different cultural reference points, helping to break currency up north, all of these different things that you've done and being like an A&R to the culture. That's why you got to say something.
I'm not going to lie. That was such an amazing intro for me. That shit warmed my heart. But, nah, bro, like, the same things that you could say for me, I feel like those people did for me, too. Like,
right.
Fucking with Spitter, Crit, Wiz, they all helped me break down south, Midwest. Like, it was a point in time after my brother and everybody else was, just chilling, where the sound of the traditional New York sound, at least, kind of faded away. And I was, I tried to keep it alive as much as I could, and then I found a bunch of guys that were more alike than not. Like, not just the sound, but just people. Like, we just got along real well, and we just created a buddy system. And, I traveled the world with those guys, so they definitely introduced me to another part of the business that I didn't understand, being a 119th Street nigga from Harlem.
Right.
And it's just, bro, I'm blessed, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just
Y'all gave him a scene like he being modest. When you talk about
This is being humble.
yeah, he literally gave y'all like what you Spitter, you know, Wiz were able to do, what Griselda and Westside Gun, you know what I'm saying, Benny the Butcher them, been able to do what you see Larry June extending now. It's like I remember when we was kids. You had the rappers that were the top, the elite, that were pushed by the majors. Then you had these rappers we liked. We made them motherfuckers. That, you know what I mean? That's what you do. You pop up and show nigga, nah, this is what we think is cool. You know what I mean? This is what, and it's beautiful because to me, even though sometimes in the immediate, it's the oh man, this guy, who's this guy? But you get turned on to and you get a 20-year fan. I was at last night. I was stoned as fuck on stage. With goddamn Devin
the Dude, I watched it.
Come on, man.
Bro, I was so hyped,
Did I not
bro.
look like a child?
Bro,
I
was hyped.
Come on, man. I'm like
On the road with Devin, he's a different guy.
come on, man. I'm like a kid. Like people, I'm like, nigga, fuck all that, nigga. I'm blowing dope, rapping Devin with Devin. I'm like this, you know what I mean? That to me, that scene is a thing. And rap, I'm gonna tell a rap fan that to cultivate and keep that scene because that's what keeps it ours.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps it cool.
Absolutely.
Because it's coming out of Harlem. It's coming out of Philadelphia, coming out of Atlanta, coming out of New Orleans, Louisiana, coming out of the Bay. It's coming out of places that historically are black, you know, from top to bottom. So, you know, just like my kid might be you for Black History Month this month. You know what I mean? I fuck with you, Smoke. I appreciate you. I genuinely look at you as a curator of art, not just a rapper.
Bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
I believe y'all all collectively got like some more events and stuff going on tonight around this Mobilize Justice campaign and everything like that, man. We can't thank y'all enough for, you know, for sitting down chopping it. We supposed to do 20 minutes. We about 45, 50, about 50 minutes, about 40 minutes in, man. We love and appreciate all of y'all contributions to black culture, to life, to, you know, it's a lot of life lessons in y'all music and a lot of things that me, him, Big Dan, you know, learn from growing up, you know, on y'all music, man, and your influence also. So we appreciate y'all, man. This is
sort of like what you just said about Devin the Dude. That's how I feel right now. Like I'm sitting there, like I'm literally I watched Trigger Warning 48 times. Like, I'm sitting there calling them, and me listening to your mixtapes and all that. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Public Enemy #1 is one of the greatest mixtapes.
Still one of the best
time.
mixtapes ever. Still.
Getting money, nigga.
Listen, when I was 22, I was getting some money and I got a coupe. When I tell you, built for a truck, but I look good in a coupe was my theme. Like that was like my
Start that back.
Yeah, run that back. real shit. Nah, man, real talk. Like we appreciate y'all pulling up for this, man. This has been excellent.
Appreciate y'all.
Shout out Marvin Bing, Mobilize Justice, Black Leadership PA. Joe Hill, everybody involved with making this happen, man. This is an instant classic, man. We love y'all brothers and we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
We appreciate it. We out.
Yes, sir.